All right. Should we just start like every class phone with go?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the tough thing. I am putting the responsibility on you because this is the first time we do this to make the decision of whether or not you're going to play the review game with us. And here's how you need to make your decision. Am I done with all of the Chapter 4 work to an 80% or higher, and am I certain of this? Because some of you are like, oh yeah, I'm done, and then I pull you over and I'm like, no, you're not. 65% is not higher than 80. You're like, oh yeah, I need to go redo that. And it's not funny when it comes to tomorrow, and I tell you can't take your test. Because then you're going to owe me time during AOR extensions to do that test, and it will be a waste of your time. So I know there's Jenga set up, and I know the temptation is forget what he's saying, I want to play Jenga. But if you have homework to do, now is free time for you to get a Chromebook, work on it, and talk to me about it, and you can even work with me. I can pull Schoology up on my secondary screen because I'm not going to use it today. So I could pull Schoology up and I could work individual problems with you while the teams playing the game are working through their problems. So right now is your opportunity. Is there anybody that wants to make the mature choice to say, I need to work on my homework, I'm not going to play the game? If so, get up, go to Gold Ring's room, and grab a Chromebook.
Am I allowed to just check?
Sure.
Can you check?
Sure. Go grab a...
Can you check, bro?
Fine. If you just want to check, stay in here. I'm going to pause the video and pick it back up right wherever it had stopped. So, here are our rules, and if you don't pay attention, I will play you a sad, sad song on a tiny violin when you tell me, wait, you can't do that! These are different than normal Jenga. This is Mega Jenga. So, please pay attention. A coin to... Oh, don't slide like that. I hate smart. A coin toss will determine the first team to choose. We will determine teams here in a moment. Once a question is chosen, so as a person from your team volunteers to pick the question number, once that question is chosen, that person will be the person... Hey, Julian, can I help with something back there? Okay. That person will be the person that gives me the answer, but it has to have been verified by their entire team. So everybody, everyone, not just the team that chose it, everyone is solving the problem. Because if you get the right answer, so let's say Andrew's on a team with this side of the room, is not going to be, but Andrew tells me the answer, it's right. He then gets to choose a person from his team, it could be himself, to come up and pull a block. So let's say Andrew chooses Evie. Evie comes up and pulls a block. If they had gotten the wrong answer, the other team gets the opportunity to steal the problem and get those points. So, points come right here. If your team gets the correct answer, you get 2 points. If your team gets the wrong answer, you lose a point. Look, positive and negative integers. If you successfully pull out a middle block from the tower, meaning in the middle of 2 blocks, you get 1 point because it's easy. If you pull an outer block, you get 3, or how many? 3, because it's harder. Now, Mega Jenga, and especially because this is my set, you can see right here, this block is pulling out with the other one. You can adjust the tower and push things back in. You can actually even hang on to the tower while you're pulling out the block, but let's get down to the fine print and discuss those rules before we take questions. So, the fine print. Oh, and if your block pull, even if you got the question right, and you come up here to pull a block, if you pull the block and the tower knocks over, your team loses 10 points. So this is also a game about geometry and physics and weight dispersion and those sorts of things. Later in the year when we play Mega Jenga, I'll do the twisted tower. So I don't know if you've ever tried that, but it's actually, in my opinion, easier if you spin the tower as it goes up, because if you look at the physics of it, all of your weight then centers down to the middle as opposed to the corners. Jeremiah, question.
It's like math.
Yeah, kind of. So, in Mega Jenga, you are allowed to hold on to the tower with your other hand while you are pulling out a block. Because otherwise, there's so much friction with these blocks, you pulling the block could pull the tower over. So you are allowed to hang on to the tower while you pull the block. But then, as soon as the block comes out, you only have 10 seconds to get that block on the top of the tower and make any adjustments necessary. So like when I pulled this block, that middle one pulled out, I would want to scooch this back over and get this on the top.
In 10 seconds.
Within 10 seconds. Then you have to let go, walk away from it, and it has to stand on its own for 30 seconds. Once it has stood on its own for 30 seconds, it is no longer your problem. If it falls over 2 minutes later, we will assume it was a natural occurrence. But if it's going to fall over, it's probably going to fall in 30 seconds. Because that's the time that it will be shifting and trying to find its place that it wants to come to rest. And if it can't come to rest, it falls over. Sean?
If we grab one piece, do we change the piece we want?
If you start to like push it out, let's say I'm tapping around and I start to push this one out and then I'm like, that looks really sketchy. You can come back until you pull it out. But you can't be up here for like ever.
Yeah. So how's it supposed to fall?
You need help?
No.
Okay.
Do we have to play?
You do not have to play, but I would encourage you to be on the team and help solve the problems, and then just say that you don't want to come up to the tower. Like, if that's the thing that you're worried about, you don't have to come up and pull. That's like, ooh, I want to go, and then like, so if you don't want to go, just say like, no, I'm good. Somebody else can go. You know what I mean? Because the main point of this game is to solve problems. So, to get to the problems, you just randomly pick a number 1 through 22. The questions are randomized. Like, literally, there's a button on my program that randomized all the questions that I chose. So there's no, like, the harder questions are later. There's none of that. It's all random. So, last question.
You probably said this in the beginning, but is there any homework?
So your homework is to wrap up all of Chapter 4. I'm going to actually post this review game on Schoology as an assignment. It's totally optional. So, because we're not going to cover all of these questions today, so I'm going to post this on Schoology that you can do if you want to. Totally optional. It will look scoreable. It's totally optional. So I'll actually probably just leave it up there for a few days and then delete it so it's actually off the gradebook. So, optional. In true teacher fashion, here are our teams. You stay here, you go over there. 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 You go over there, you go over here, you go over there, and you go over here. You go over there, and you stay here. You already, did you submit it?
We should have done here.
Go back.
Oh, come on. Your shirt is trash. Okay, well,
So you're just going to work for right now, and then you can jump on whatever team. Are you going to work for right now? Okay. So, hey guys, I need you to simmer down so I can like see what's going on. So you stay here. Crap, this is now difficult because we're already moving. Who had not been assigned a team yet? That's what I thought. So you stay here. You go over there. You stay here.
Nice.
There we go.
Man, can you get a flip switch?
And every time. Those two aren't playing. It's 8 to 9. Did you get your work done last night?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all set? Okay.
You should have house rock.
Hey guys, all you're doing is eating out of the time that we get to play. So I'm waiting on you. I do not throw out my voice trying to talk over a class of students talking. I do not waste my effort trying to talk over 20 people. I wait for you. So, there are no real team captains. However, we do need some team names. So, as we start playing... Oh, you're not hyperlinked. So, as we start playing, we have our scoreboard. So, you have 1 minute to decide on a team name that is school appropriate. Then once your team has decided, come and write it up here at the top of the page. So your team, write your name here. You guys' team, write your name over here. Oh, you know what's really good? Roasted almonds. You guys were talking about like buttered nuts. Slide it over. Just grab it. Slide it over. Ah, smart board. Oh, by the way, again, reminder, please try to watch my cord. Try not to step on the cord.
I screwed up.
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be butter? Like peanut butter, but fluffer butter? Like, isn't that marshmallow?
I don't know.
There's like marshmallow things. My wife used to make marshmallow and there's marshmallow and something sandwiches. Hey gents, if I need to take away, hey Julian, if I need to take away that bottle, I will, and that's gonna be the first time I've ever had to take away somebody's drink. So either figure out how to, I don't know, let a bottle sit on a table, or I take it. Banana truffle? You're talking about truffle? Alright, hurry up, let's go. Super knuckle knuckle. Bill Buckle banana truffle. I can super knuckle knuckle. Bill Buckle banana truffle.
Yeah, they act like it's
No, they're gonna be able to say it. No.
Well, write it up there. We got a game to play.
Come on.
There.
All right. So everything on here is hyperlinked if it works right. So this is the first time playing through this year. So please give me some allowance that things might not work perfectly. Anyone have a quarter?
No. I don't have a what?
All right, here's what we're gonna do. If you don't have a coin, no, it's fine. If you don't have a coin, but you do have a die, you guys seem to be a little bit more chill than these guys. So, would you like even or odd?
Even.
Even. All right.
Now we're gambling in school.
Yeah. Would you like to go first or second?
First.
First. All right. So, hey guys, we got a simmer. So everybody needs out either your math notebook. That would be my first suggestion, to use your math notebook. Or if you do not have your math notebook with you, you need a sheet of paper. I have extra paper right over there on top of the assignment center. And obviously you will need a writing utensil.
Somebody steal our makers at. It will be I.
Every time a team has the question, a different... Hey guys, these are rules that you'll be annoyed if you don't know. Every time a team has it's a new turn, somebody different must be the question master. So, if on this team, Evie's the first question master, she cannot be the next question master. So you have to change up who is in charge of telling me the answer. Some of these questions are multiple choice. Some of these questions are free response. Like there are no multiple choices. When you tell me an answer, this must be verified with all of your team and agreed upon. There's no time limit. However, we want to work efficiently. So, without further ado, who's your first question? Sure. Ozzy raised his hand. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So Ozzy had raised his hand. Katie can go next or something. Ozzy, just pick a number. That's all I need you to do. 6. Now you guys want to be solving this also so you can steal the question potentially.
The answer.
What do you... Ozzy, has it been verified with your team?
Yes, it has.
Okay, what do you believe the answer is?
C.
C with a resulting value of
2.
positive 2, because any positive negative pair comes out of the problem. Now, those of you that had struggles with this on the homework, what this is showing you, the box is the problem itself. You have 7 positives and 5 negatives. Then this arrow shows these canceling and leaving the problem because they no longer matter. So then you end up with 2. So you guys keep track of your own points and award your points after the tower. So Ozzy, you can pick yourself or somebody else. Come up and so then we will actually, so you get 1 for the question, and then however many Ozzy gets for the block. Then, so hold up, while they are pulling their block, Super Knuckle, what question would you like? 6 is gone. Jeremiah? Yeah. 16? Sure, sounds like a good number. Nice. So when we go back to the scoreboard, we'll have to give you guys 4 points. So remember that we'll give you guys 4.
2 for a right answer?
That's 1 for a right, or
1 for right answer, 3 for an out one.
yeah, 1 for right answer,
2 for right answer.
2 for right answer, 3 for. So you get 5 points. Sorry, I changed the scoring this year, so you guys get 5 points.
2 score people, so it's more accurate.
You guys are on 16. Sorry, this is the problem. Multitasking. Jeremiah, have you verified this answer with your classmates? Whitney.
Because when I went on there, they already said I had 2 attempts, but I never.
So, would you like me to delete attempts, or do you want to like talk about these problems?
Well, I know what to do.
You're talking about 4-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did submit them, so somehow it did submit.
Today.
Yeah. So you must have done, like, once you click review answers, and you look through them, and then you click submit at the bottom, like, that puts in the submission. Jeremiah, have you verified an answer yet? It's -2. Should we be outside shoveling if it's -2 degrees?
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe Mr. Loomis was all suited up, face mask, all that stuff. So, Fluffer Butter, you guys get 5 points, so I might as well just do this manually up here. So then Super Knuckle, come up to the tower, and then we know that question 16 is gone. And Fluffer Butter, what question would you like? 7?
No.
Hey guys, we have positive encouragement here, not negative.
You got this.
So,
Yeah.
this one, that would have been a mixed number issue or an improper fraction issue. So, are you cool on how to turn this into an improper? Yeah, so then I think you just had a slight error. That should have ended up being 3/6, which reduces to -4.5. So that you're just slightly off. So you maybe like had one of your numerators goofed up a tiny bit. All right, so if point J is at -3 and point K is at -13, what is the length of JK? We're not just kidding, Acadia. It would be B, 10 units. So Super Knuckle also gets their 5 points for a correct question. And you did a middle. What wusses? All right, so it is Super Knuckles. Fluffer Butter, come up, draw a block. It is Super Knuckles' question. They did 7. What do you guys want? New question, Master. I don't care. Just some 12.
Yes.
So here, the dangerous thing with this is even though you said like, oh, I forgot about the absolute value, it wouldn't be 13 because it's negative. So we do the inside of the absolute value first, then make it positive. So we don't make it positive before we do the addition. So because we can't come out of the absolute value till we do what's inside of it. So we have to do this addition first, what's negative 10 plus 3? If I'm at negative 10, yeah, negative 7, then it becomes positive 7. Yeah. Evie, do you have a question that has been verified, or do you have an answer that has been verified? So the sum of a number y and its additive inverse, always there, because it's asking for the sum. So we get 5 more points over here. And Super Knuckle can come up and draw a block. And Fluffer Butter, what question would you like now?
You better be careful.
Number uno.
I wouldn't cry.
And let's put one more. So same thing here. We have different signs. So remember, we say what sign is more powerful. So which one's more powerful, the positive or the negative? Positive. Then we do the difference, because they have different signs. Yeah, because 13 minus 6 would be 7. And it's already positive, it stays positive. So do those make a little bit more sense now? So just be careful on the master that you really think it through and work slowly. Okay? Alright, your score should be good on that now. Thank you very much, Whitney. Hey guys, we don't just make incessant noises. Okay? So if we are going to be able to play a review game, especially if I need to like toggle back and forth between helping somebody and working with you guys, you got to be able to keep it simmered down, because there are classes around the pod. And we cannot be disrespectful to the fact that there are other classes learning right now. Even though we're having fun and playing a game, they are learning. So, in number 1, is this Fluffer Butter's question?
Yeah.
Or yeah? So, Fluffer Butter, what are you thinking? B, negative 82. Is this verified with your team?
Yes, it is.
That is correct. Remember, minus a negative does what? Becomes plus a positive. Very good. So, another 5. Did you guys do an outer block this time, Super Knuckle? Good.
We did another outer block.
And you guys did another, so you got your points quick enough. We can add those on. Hey, no hating. You know what the winners get? Nothing.
All of you guys said 2.
Well, actually, critics get paid pretty well, and they hate on a lot of things.
All right, what question, Super Knuckle?
17. Yes.
You have all the way up to 22.
Oh my gosh, Jeremiah, would you stop it?
13.
13. They're short ones, so you can go on 13. Yes. And then... yeah. So then... we can't add unless we have common denominators. So we can't do this right now.
Okay.
So what we actually have to do is work down. Well, I work down at least. So, can I multiply 7 to make it 4? Can I multiply 4 to make it 7? No. So we're going to have to multiply both of them. And the easy way to do that then is take the denominator here and multiply over there. Take the denominator over here and multiply over there. So you have to get your new fractions first and then do your addition. So you can stay right here if you want. And you can use that if you need. Super Knuckle, I'm guessing we have an answer.
Yes.
And your answer would be?
Is it C?
It is C, 11. Because the additive inverse is always the opposite. Super Knuckle, come draw out a block for your third draw. Alright, while Flynn is working, let's go ahead and draw the next question. What question had you chosen last time, Flynn? What question did you choose last time, 13?
Yeah, 13.
Fluffer Butter, what do you want? Who's choosing it? Sean, your question master? Now, pay attention. When it says simplify, you've got to totally simplify. All the way.
Why would you do that? She pulled it out because it's only 1 block. If it stays for 30 seconds, then
You got it?
Positive.
actually, no, I'm happy that you did that.
What was your answer again? They were being really loud. So, Super Knuckle, you now have the opportunity to steal. Chill. Super Knuckle, you have the opportunity to steal. Tip of advice, do not say anything that could help them. So try to be really... Because you could steal it back. If they get it wrong, you can steal it back. So you guys don't have a question master. Once you agree on an answer, somebody just give it to me. Hey guys, make sure that you're discussing, not arguing. So, yeah, we multiply that by 4, that by 7. So now we get there, and now we can say, how many times does 28 go into 225? And to figure that out, I can just say 28 times, well, let's make a guess. Does it go in 4 times? Yeah, that number's still way smaller. So actually what I recognize is I could actually double that number, and it would still fit into there. So if I do 28 8 times, there we go. So we're really, really close to it. So that tells me that my whole number is 8. And then, how many would I have left over from the numerator? Yeah, 1, and then my denominator of 28 stays on the bottom there.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. All right, Super Knuckle, we're going to need an answer. Here's your shot clock. All right, well, whoever, you should all be in agreement. Five. What? 4/5 is correct. Because we start at -7 and go down one more time. Hey guys, chill for a second. I'm explaining because I want to make sure we all get this. Because there will be similar problems on the test. So this becomes the absolute value of -8/10. It becomes +8/10, and then reduces to 4/5. Are there any questions remaining about that?
That makes sense.
Makes sense. So, Super Knuckle, you get to actually take the lead now.
Be careful.
So, so Flynn, when you drew a block, you drew an outer.
Yeah.
So you had 5 from that. Then you got the steal and another outer, and you get another 5 for that. And since that was their turn, it's your turn now.
Oh!
That's how big a steal is. So what question was that?
We don't know.
21.
21? Yeah.
All right, give me a question.
All right.
Who's question master?
I am.
Hoover?
Yeah. 8.
8. Simplify that statement. I'm sorry. They keep choosing easy questions. They're randomized. They're just getting lucky with the choices. But they looked up what the easy question. This is why I didn't make this live yet. Why I didn't put this on Schoology yet, so nobody could see it before you came to class. Remember, every subtraction can be an addition, and every addition can be a subtraction, because they are the same thing. Hoover is your question mark. I don't know why you're raising your hand.
Alright, whoever answers.
Yes, right.
Talk to your team. Hoover's in charge. He gives me the answer. If you have a question, ask your team the question.
Oh, I know, but whoever answers.
Then Hoover has to give it to me. He's the question master. So guys, if you do not have confidence in these problems, you might want to do some more review tonight. Stop, please. I don't want to take that away. It's just completely distracting. You gotta know that. Like, you're throwing something up in the air over and over again. It's a distraction. Mr. Hoover! Now you had a lot of discrepancy over there on your team. You had some arguments. How did you end up on -19? Whose argument pushed you to get there?
Everyone is okay. So some people are getting confused, but like I said, on the fraction one, when it said I forgot what it's called on the fraction one, it's when it says -7 minus 1. It's -1. So
Yeah. We start below 0 at -13. Then subtraction tells me to go what direction? This way, regardless of where I am on the number line. Unless it's minus a negative, but it's not. It's just minus. It's just a subtraction. We go 6 more this way and end up at -19. Very good, Super Knuckle.
Oh, we have a question.
Yes.
But, yeah, it would, because the 13 is subtracting the negative and negative. Alright,
We start, hey guys, I need you to stop talking for a second. There's still confusion. We start at a negative value, and we get told to go down more. So this is like, I borrowed $13 from my parents, and then I borrowed $6 more. Because I can rewrite this problem into -13, give me blue, into -13 plus, there's no addition here, but I can throw in an addition as long as I still use this sign. So I can change my subtraction problem into plus a negative, which tells me to go from here 6 more in the negative direction. Are we still confused, or are we good now? I would review this stuff tonight, guys. If you're having any difficulties still. Yes.
Just like you can make minus a negative, a plus, a positive, you can make minus a positive,
Plus a negative. Yeah. Fluff or butter, give me a question. 9? Positive 74 plus -56. Again, you could rewrite this as just a subtraction problem, because you can change plus a negative into minus a positive. What if this was live feeding to the internet? How stressful would that be? Pulling Jenga blocks on a live feed.
No, it's not.
So here's the thing, you guys have an advantage now. He can pull a middle and it's fine because you already have a point.
yeah, because now when they pull aside, it might be harder. And they'll probably.
All right, so you guys should have this written down by now. I'm gonna give them their points real quick. So that was 4 more for that one, right? Or no, 3 more, right? Because you got question right for 2. Middle block is 1. So you guys now have 21. Well, they have 15. If they get this right and the block, they'll only have 20, and it's your score again. So then's when you have to worry about outer versus inner. They might catch up if you keep doing middle blocks. And you guys have chosen 9.
Yeah.
So 74 plus a -56. Whitney, what do you think?
18.
18. Now, how did you figure that out?
Well, we took 74 and we took away -56, so it's basically subtracting.
Yeah.
And you start with a positive number.
You can think of this in our addition technique of which one's got more power than... Hey, Dom, every time I start talking, you start talking, and it's quite frustrating. So what you have to say is more important than what I have to say. Please come up here and teach. We can treat this as our addition problem. Which one's more powerful? Then because they have different signs, we take the different. Or plus a negative. And this is why I stopped and wanted you guys to see this. I can just as easily make this minus a positive. I can turn these signs around because addition is commutative. And really, this is just saying take away, which so is minus. And then this really turns into 74 minus 56, which is just a subtraction problem that I can set up vertically and solve like we did years ago. So this comes out to be 18. Thank you very much, Fluffer Butter. Come up and pull a block. And then that was 9.
2 outer, 3rd.
Super Knuckle. What question?
3. Yeah.
Have you been question master already?
Don't do that 3.
Anish, 3.
Be careful. Remember, you can use 2 hands. Legit, you don't need 3 people. Try something. Yeah,
Maybe translate.
Oh, this one's not school.
This one.
Try another one.
There is a part of the technique of like setting it up to fall on the next people. You can pull that one. You're at least 2 rows down. Those are the Jenga rules.
Perfect.
Now be careful putting it on the top. You only got 10 seconds.
Nice.
All right. Good job, guys.
Why do we get all these ones?
They're randomized. I don't know. You guys are lucky.
What is that? Like this?
See, what's funny is that you don't know what it is. That's a CD tower. Back when people would buy CDs, like the new, like, you know, the new 311 seater, the new Beastie Boy, and I go to Sam Goody. You probably don't even know what Sam Goody is. I bike down to Sam Goody and get the new CD, and then go put it in my CD Walkman, which would not fit in my pocket. And you'd carry this CD player around with corded headphones, because there were no wireless headphones. And then every time you hit a bump on your bike, it would skip because it was actually reading the data off the disc. You guys live in such a crazy age of technology. You don't even understand how good you have it.
CD players are annoying because if you press like one little thing, it would
I know, it starts skipping. And back when I would mow grass with a CD player like in my cargo pocket, every time I hit a bump, like it was just terrible. All right, so plane at 24,000 feet makes a climb of 6,000 and a descent of 2,000. You need to come up here and represent this with an expression. So essentially, you need to choose a victim to come to the board. A volunteer to come to the board and write this out. And then, what is the plane's final altitude is really what we end up at. But you got to write the expression, then the answer. Are you guys ready to steal this?
Yeah.
Take it wrong. What? You're right so far. I heard them talking about alternative rock, so I just wanted to refocus them.
Yeah, I did it.
Will you listen to CD 102? Jack FM plays a good mix of stuff too. So Jack FM, what's funny about those stations, nobody works there. It's just a computer program. But what's sad about that is, like, when I went to college, I thought about going into radio DJing. Like, I was really interested in it. I'd done some stuff with my high school and everything. But, like, so much now, because of iHeartRadio and those stations, there aren't DJs. Yeah, like, so at CD102, there's actual people running the station. And the answer... So write the answer below it, that's fine. So what's the plane's final altitude?
Watch out for the giant.
He scared us so much.
You'll lose 10 points for the box.
Bro, you are so close to the tower. Like,
Alright, Anish. Get those zeros up there and then we're done. Alright! Super Knuckle, send someone to the tower. Pretty sure they didn't. Which one was that? Which question?
Which question?
No. Hey, Super Knuckle, chill, because the other team thinks you did this wrong.
I got it.
Climb goes up, descent goes down. You good now?
Yeah, I got it.
You're the guy.
Yep. Yep, I don't have extensions today because I have a meeting, but we can meet during break. You know, work during break.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's a little.
Not during break. Like the break between 3B and extensions.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that time. That would be great. All right. That was 3. Oh, Evie! All right, hold on. So, hold on. They get their
I will hit you with a pencil.
Hey, Flynn, chill. We don't like threats. So, they get their 2 points, or their 1 point for the question.
2 points. 2 points.
Sorry, I changed the points this year. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. But then, they have a negative 10, still an integer. So, hold up. Let's running total this as of right now. And you guys had 5 more. Yes, I know, because you came up and did successful. So, these 3 5s are easy to group up. 15. Plus 3? Plus 3? 21, guys. Plus 2?
23.
Minus 10.
13.
13. Or we could have said plus negative 10.
If we hadn't had that,
So
we were
then, compared to 20,
Go.
Fluffer Butter in the most amazing end of the game ever. You take home the bragging rights. Because in my class, winners just get the warm feeling inside of knowledge acquired to make their life better.
Yes.
Alright, hey, chill. Hey, guys, we still have a minute before I can really dismiss you, so just chill.
Hey guys, during forum, let's all brag about this.
Let's not, because then that makes me not want to play these games as much. So just take your victory and be cool about it.
Are we supposed to be allowed to do it?
No, it's no brag, just fact.
Yeah, that wasn't